So I want to make this video because I think it's very important right now that we speak our mind and stay united, and our immunity comes from our unity. To me, it's so clear what's going on, and it has been clear from the beginning. And I think everybody knows deep inside what's going on. I am Italian and I am in Italy right now. I just came back 2 weeks ago. I'm doing my quarantine, which is mandatory, and here rules are very strict. You can get arrested if you question what is going on and go out on the streets, which is actually it's your right to say what's going on, and to actually express your opinion with words is actually your right. And I received a very disturbing video this morning where somebody in the south of Italy was arrested and sedated due to expressing their point of view of this craziness going on, that is going on right now, which is this fake virus, fake news and lies and distortion of reality, that was all part of a plan from the big pyramid, the big I don't even know how to describe those kind of people, but you probably know who I'm talking about. The most corrupt people of the world, which is, I'm talking about Bill Gates, Rothschild, Monsanto, and then it goes down. It breaks down into politicians. They are everywhere. Yes, they are everywhere, but they are not everyone. And we are the majority, and we are kind souls. And this actually, it's perceived as a very panicking, confused moment, but actually this I believe that this is opportunity. And the fact that the whole world stopped and people stopped completely, it's great, because actually what majority of people do every day is they don't have time to think. They have to go to work, and they have to do stuff, and they are constantly distracted, and they do not have the time to think with their head and to actually stop and think. And most of awakening, I'm talking for personal experience, it came from those times where I was stuck and all I could do was think. And when you stop and you are in this like receiving mode, when you ask for the truth, and the universe or God or however you want to call it, it actually responds to you, and it sends you these signals, which are truth and thoughts that you have in your mind, and you question yourself. And right now I think everybody's questioning themselves about like what is going on in the world. Is this real? Is this planned to try to control? So I think maybe a lot of people is confused about what's going on by media and TV and the news and politics and politicians about and fear actually is the opposite of love. So they the way they do this, or they are trying to do this to control our mind and our thoughts, it's fear. And when you are in fear, you are in this panic, desperation mode, and you have so much fear. And fear is actually false evidence appearing real. So fear is the best thing to control your mind, because you, especially through media and TV, you can actually project a scenario that is not the reality, but it's a scenario. And it's how we were always raised. We were always used to watching movies, and movies, that's what they are. Actually, they are scenario projected on a screen, and your mind follows the scenario and is like, and you empathize with the situation, and you're like, how this could be if it was me, and you perceive it as reality, but it's not reality. So right now we need to make a distinction between what is actually happening. So since you cannot trust the media, and you cannot trust the numbers that they are giving, and you have to trust yourself. So your reality is actually what is going on with you, what is going on around you. So to help you understand, what helped me was, okay, since I'm not watching TV, I'm not watching the media because that's their agenda, I am gonna follow my instinct. And to understand how reality is, I am gonna look around. I am gonna look at my neighbors. I am gonna look at the sky. I am gonna look at the plants. I'm gonna look at the sun, and I am gonna look in the mirror. And that is the proof, that is the evidence that you are healthy. You can choose your thoughts every day. When you wake up, you can choose not to turn on the TV, but you can choose to turn on your brain and think with your brain. And you can look around, and you can see that plants are still living. You can see that nature, animals, they are still alive, and they are fine, they are happy, they don't watch TV. You can look at the sky, and the sky is still blue. You can open the tap, and the water is coming down. You can open your fridge, and you have food, and you can look in the mirror and see that you are still the same. You are still you, and you are healthy, and your heart is still beating. You are still breathing, and you have the power. That is your power that has been given to you since the day you physically came into this planet. So that is the power. And what I'm seeing right now, especially here where I live, is that people, they give the power to the media of how they feel. So they give the power of how they feel to media, and how they are projecting the situation. And all the difference is that if you believe it or if you don't believe it. Do you believe what they are showing to you? Then that is going to be your reality. You are going to see, you are going to think. Actually, none of us is in hospitals, and none of us can see actually what is going on. You can see a picture of white bags, but you don't know what's inside those white bags. You can see pictures of the police and people with masks, and people that can show you hospitals with a lot of people, but you don't know where those images are from. You don't know if it's reality. You don't know if they were images taken years and years ago. So I don't even feel the need to say all of this, because I think a lot of people is waking up, and they are realizing. And the fact that we have time, and we are locked in our house, it's a great thing, because you have time to do your research. You have time to see reality. You have time to understand what is going on. So I think right now it's very important to, if you can and if you feel like, Everybody pretty much, they have a smartphone and they have connection, they have internet, they can do a video of what they think, how they feel, how they perceive this thing, because this thing is not smelling right. I think everybody can say that. And this thing is questionable by everything, by sorry, everybody, and everybody can understand that there's something fishy going on about this situation. It's weird, we've been this, for how long you've been living, something like that never happened. And the best way that you can close and scared everybody is if you make up something. And this is the same thing that they did with 9/11, is the same thing. But this time they had to create something huge, because usually with other diseases that they tried to do in the past, it didn't work because people were just going on with their life, and you know they were healthy, so they couldn't offer a mandatory vaccine, which is what they want to do right now with a microchip under your skin and controlling everything, controlling your life. So you have to question yourself: do you want this? Are you in fear? And do you know yourself? Do you trust yourself? Or you want to put your life in somebody else's hand that actually does not have your best interest in their hand, but they have their best interest in their hand? And Bill Gates, it's at the top of the pyramid of the World Health Organization, because he has the most money invested. So he practically gets to decide what is done through the World Health Organization, which is world. It's not just America, it's not just Italy, it's not just countries, is the world, is everybody. So his decisions that comes from his revenue on this, nothing to do with your health, but is about control and controlling people. I am 29 years old and I come from a small town in Italy, and I went to school like everybody else. I don't have any degree, and I got to this conclusion with my brain and with my intuition, which is very important. And with what I was talking about just before, the life that we were doing before, so like 9 to 5 working slavery, it's very easily, if you're not in touch with yourself, it's very easy to get lost and to lose touch with your intuition. Your intuition is always there, and your instinct, they're always there, but it's easy to lose touch, especially if you live that 9 to 5 slavery life. And right now, the good thing about this is that a lot of people waking up in the world has been speed up by this process, which is you have a lot of time to think with your brain. You have a lot of hours. At the beginning, I think it was hard because a lot of people were not used to have that much time for themselves, and have that much time to be with their own, and to be with their own thoughts, and to be with their own instinct and intelligence. So they didn't have that much time to think, and they didn't know what to do with it. They were like, oh my god, I have this much time, I don't know, I'm bored. So you have phases. The beginning was like, I'm bored, I don't know what to do, I need to distract myself. But then when you go through phases and you actually awaken your brain and your intuition and your spirit that has always been there for you, but you are ready for it to give you the knowledge that you always had inside of you, you can actually access to those kind of information, because it's yourself. It's the same thing, is nature. It's something that you cannot deny. It's always there. It's the same intuition when you feel you are in danger. We are talking about the same thing. You feel that you shouldn't go down that way because you are in danger, or you feel that something is wrong, or you feel that that person is lying to you, you feel that something is wrong. And it's the same thing that everybody feel with this bullshit COVID-19, that you know that what is going on is not true, is not clear, and you know that the prevalent state of humanity and you, it's health, and you are healthy and you were born healthy. You don't need a system to tell you that you're not healthy or what is going to happen to you in the next 24 hours. You don't need someone to tell you that you need a vaccine, or you need a microchip under your skin to tell you what to do. You don't need anybody to tell you if you can go out of your house, if you can breathe oxygen. You don't need anybody to tell you that, because you were born free and you are free and you will always be free. And don't, I know that sometimes you can feel fear and frustration, especially if you follow the news, or don't, what I suggest is don't let fear govern you, your brain, because fear is not your state. Love is your natural state. Love, falling in love, being with other people and being happy and smiling and being healthy, that is your prevalent natural state. Nothing, everything else, that anything that anybody tells you that it's different, include the government, especially the government, it's lies, it's pure lies. And with this, I am not saying that all the government is corrupt, because I know that there are some good people in there, but most of it, it's not for your own good, and it's not for your own best interest. You are, and you know what's best for you. You know if it's best for you to go outside to have a walk and to enjoy your day, or if you want to be locked in your house thinking about, oh my god, the world is about to end. You know the truth. So if you feel fear and if you don't know what to do, get in touch with yourself and trust yourself. Trust your thoughts, because you have always access to that intelligence, which is you, and it's your spirit, and nobody else can tell you any different. So trust yourself is a process, and it's a great awakening. Focus on the best part of this thing that is going on. It's the great awakening. This was the opportunity for people to wake up and to discover their own power, and to stop letting other people telling them what to do, or how they should feel, or how their body should react to things, or what they should eat. You know, it's a great time to question everything and to trust yourself, trust, and to know the truth. So this is what I want to say, and I think this is a great time for everyone.